So I've decided over the past few years, I've been watching a movie about once a week for maybe 7 years. So that gives me about 365 unique movies that I've gone to the movie theater to see. So I've decided that with that experience, I wanted to start rating movies for you guys. That way you can figure out whether or not you should go see a movie theater movie. Because let's face it, the quality of films over the last couple of years have degraded over time and they haven't been nearly as good as they used to. So I'm going to try and help you guys decide which ones are worth seeing and which ones I would recommend actually going to the movie theater and watching. So, with that being said, I need to make a rating system for you guys. So I've decided to make the rating system out of 10, and then it'll be dependent on the genre. So this week I went and saw a horror movie. So I'll give you my horror movie ratings here. 1 star is going to be pacing of the movie to see if it's slow or if it's fast paced and keeps your attention the whole time. The second one is going to be, is the movie actually scary? The third one, is it unique? So is it a unique monster or is this just a kind of generic normal monster that you would see over and over like vampires or werewolves or something? Then I'm going to tell you whether or not if the gore is good or if it's like a disturbing amount. So what do I mean by that is like I find a lot of the Jigsaw movies like disgusting and like disturbing gore, while as when I see movies like slasher films with like say Chucky for instance or something, that's just a lot of blood, so I don't find it as disturbing. For the fifth rating, I'm going to go with, is it believable? So does it actually make sense, or does it do the classic horror movie, oh, they decided to go to the garage and found a working car and then didn't use it or something like that. So like, would you actually think that the actions being taken in the film are truly a believable action? Is the movie predictable? So the monsters jump scares and stuff like that, are they like easily seen in the audience or does it actually take you by surprise? For the next star, I'll go with, does the ending feel forced? And by that, I mean, does it feel like they killed the monster or they defeated the monster because it's just a film? Or does it actually make sense based on the actions the characters have taken throughout the film that they actually defeated the monster or didn't defeat the monster? Do these special effects actually look good? And is the acting overall of the film good as well? So that will be 2 stars. And then finally, would I actually recommend watching the film in a theater or just in general? So that's going to be my 10 stars, and then we'll figure out which movies match up based on that criteria for horror movies. Hi guys, so this week I saw the movie Smile, so I'm going to go ahead and rate that for you guys, and I was actually surprised at how good the movie was, and so I'm going to rate it pretty highly. Now I'm going to use the ratings that I use for horror films, so I'll just kind of go through them and not do any spoilers. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so I thought the pacing of the movie was pretty good. It kept me entertained and engaged throughout the entire time, and it did a really good job building suspense and knowing when to like do the jump scares and when not to do the jump scares. I actually found that the movie was decently scary, just because it's very believable and really realistic in regards to like if something like this could exist, then more than likely it would be very terrifying. The monster itself wasn't like extremely unique. There's a lot of like kind of demon entity type things. So it has that kind of classic possession movement into different people based on kills and stuff like that. So it's not a very unique monster, but it's still pretty terrifying. Now the gore is not very scary in this movie. It's not like disturbing. It's a good amount of gore with that really matched the kind of intensity that they were going for without it being too overwhelmingly like gross. Um, Now, the characters in the film, when it comes to like how believable are their actions that they take place, I find they're pretty spot on. It doesn't have that classic like horror trope where they make all the stupid decisions. It actually does a really good job making decent decisions based on the situation that they're in. Um, I would say also a little bit of a knock is that the movie is kind of predictable in regards to like the plot. But when it came to the jump scares, I actually was surprised on the moments when the monster did jump out at me. So it is like nice to not just be like them building the suspense and then you're just like, and now. So they do a good job actually surprising you. But in regards to like the complexity of the plot and whatnot, it's a pretty simple one to follow and figure out. Um, Now, when it comes to the ending of the film, I would say the ending matches the actions that the character has taken and has demonstrated that the monster is capable. It doesn't feel forced like some movies where it's like, okay, they only killed that because the good guys got to win, or the monster defeated them because uh, they just had to do that. This one, it pretty much matched up well with the theme of the movie on how it ended. It didn't feel like that was the ending because it's a movie. It felt like, okay, yeah, that's probably how it would have ended. The special effects, I thought they were pretty decent. I didn't see any like real issues with them. The monster special effects, it wasn't that scary of a monster. I think the film did a good job keeping the monster unrevealed throughout most of the film, so the imagination was the best factor of it. But then when they actually revealed the monster itself, it wasn't that scary until its like final form. Then it was kind of creepy. So the special effects were really good though, and the acting was also extremely good. So would I recommend the movie? Yes. Should you see it? Definitely. So with all that being said, I would give it a 9 out of 10. So definitely I would recommend, definitely should go see it. It's a great movie.